Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. Another big week. How about them Bears? We bet real money. They bet Monopoly money. Hit the like button. Share the videos. Let's get to the first game. We got the Baltimore Ravens at the Miami Dolphins. Baltimore's minus 7.5. And these are two teams that have won us a lot of money this whole year. But I'm going Miami to cover, Baltimore to win, and Baltimore just keeps starting slow. I'm not saying they're going to get off to another slow start. This is more about the Dolphins. And yes, Jacoby did throw that costly interception last week, but I still think this Miami team is showing improvement. I think Jacoby will be able to move the ball. I think this Miami defense will send zone blitz after zone blitz at Lamar, and I like how this Miami defense is playing. The first 4 weeks, they were absolutely shameful. They were absolutely pathetic. They are raising their game. Miami offense is getting the run game going just a little bit. We know Baltimore's damn good. We know they're explosive, but this is a cover due to Miami's defense. And then on Thursday night, when we're looking at Thursday night, we know crazy stuff will happen. We've seen these officiating calls. The Bears game, they try to rip that money out of our mouths. They try to take food out of my family's mouth. It's just what's going to happen in this game in primetime. The officiating will not help us. Miami to cover, Baltimore to win. Next game, we got the Jacksonville Jags at the Indianapolis Colts. The Jags were plus 10.5. And I'm going Jags to cover, Colts to win, and this is sticking to fundamentals. I received a literal threat on Instagram because I picked the Jags plus 14.5 against the Bills. But I understand that, but we're staying with the fundamentals, and this Jags team's not as bad as people think. Lawrence is playing better than people think, and now we're seeing Urban Meyer at least pull some tricks out of his sleeve. And I understand why people are leaning towards the Colts. The Colts are better, and the Colts are more consistent. We know what the Jags did at Seattle against Geno Smith a few weeks back. That's why it's not a money pick. But I actually think the Colts are going to have to win this game late in the fourth quarter. Colts win, Jags cover. Next game, we got the Cleveland Browns at the New England Patriots. Cleveland's plus 1.5. Money, money, money. Money. Put it all. Cleveland to win in the cover. And I know it's bold. I know people are going to say, Lawson, maybe this is your hatred of the Patriots swelling up. No, it isn't. I really don't hate the Patriots. I respect what they're doing this year, and it's been surprising to say the least. But this game is based fundamentals. This is the example of fundamentals. This is me not getting swayed by the week-to-week activity in this league. But if we want to be swayed by the week-to-week activity in this league, who was telling you the Browns would beat the Bengals? Probably only me. And I think the Browns are going to get better here. And I think the Browns run the ball better than the Patriots. Patriots have been really running that rock well. Patriots have been using play action well, but I think the Browns will stop that run. And now that Chubb is back, you know the Browns are going to get a little bit of verb. You know the Browns are going to get a little bit of extra spice and patang. That's exactly what you need to beat the Patriots in Foxborough. I understand it's risky. I understand maybe it's a bit bold, but that's why this show has made money 4 or 5 years straight. Because we have to be bold. Next game, Cleveland to win in the cover, 1.5. Next game, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the Dallas Cowboys. Atlanta's plus 9.5. I got Dallas to win in the cover. Yes, last week we were high on Atlanta, and they came good for us. And they actually played a pretty decent, disciplined game. They didn't try to give it away to the Saints. I can't say the same this week. I don't think it's going to happen to Dallas 2 weeks straight. I don't see anything like that happening. And I don't think Atlanta defense has the dogs to do it. Now let's be honest about Dallas. This was coming for some time now. And I don't want people to forget, though, that Dallas is explosive and they have run-pass balance. That will be enough to overwhelm and just frenzy the Falcons. I don't think the Falcons' defense can compete. And also, I don't know if Matt Ryan's going to be able to get the time of possession he did against the Saints. Simeon had a lot of 3-and-outs. Simeon didn't look good. I don't think Dak is going to be punting to the Falcons too much. I got Dallas to win and cover. Next game, we got the Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets. Buffalo minus 13. I'm going against the fundamentals again. I'm going Buffalo to win in the cover. Now, I know we've hit with the Jets against the Bengals, and I know when you get double-digit points and you got a team at home in this league, you have to tip the fedora and you have to show them full respect. But I think the Bills are going to come in here with a different type of energy. And I think the Bills are coming in here throwing haymakers. And there's too much underneath stuff for the Bills. Too many checkdowns, too many throws to Emmanuel Sanders. Stephon Diggs was completely invisible in that game for the first 3 quarters. Credit to the Jags. We love the Jags, but the Bills weren't good enough, and they have to respond. They will respond. They better come out physical. They better come out with verb, and Josh Allen better throw that ball longer than 5 yards down the field. Why did God give you that cannon if you're going to just check it down and throw screen passes all day? Get in that shotgun, run the ball down the middle in the first drive, then play action and get it down the field. Start playing fundamental football. You're not Baylor in college, 5 wide receivers dinking and dunking. You're going to win this game by putting the ball down the field. Buffalo does it. Buffalo wins and covers. Next game, we got the New Orleans Saints. Maybe you could say our New Orleans Saints at the Tennessee Titans. Titans are minus 3, and I'm going against our Saints this week. It's nothing personal, but we laid off last week, and you have to know how to lay off if you want to win money in this game. And this is a perfect week to do it. This might even be a game just to stay the hell away from. I did say I'm not touching a single Titans game the rest of the year 3 weeks ago, and you saw why against the Rams. I got the Titans to win in the cover. I just think the Simeon thing is too much for Sean to overcome. Now, we know Taysom Hill's going to come in there, and Taysom Hill can at least help in the run game, but that's not really the Saints' problem. I don't know if that opens up much. And we see the Titans defense starting to play better. And there's only so much Sean Payton can do. I think he is the best coach in this league, but there are limitations to some of these bad quarterbacks. And you do got Cam Newton sitting at home, and you got a Saints team that they get in the playoffs. The way this defense balls, I would not count them out. We'll see what they do, but the quarterback's going to kill them here. Titans to win in the cover. And honestly, if it wasn't the Tennessee Titans, if it wasn't Mike Vrabel, this would be a borderline money pick. Next game, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Washington No-Names. We got Tampa Bay minus 10. I got Tampa Bay to win, Washington to cover. This game is more about the psychologist's chair. It's more about sitting down on that couch and just trying to get into Tampa Bay's headscape. Does Tampa Bay want to kill them this game, or are they going to try new formations and new plays on offense? How motivated is the defense? It all comes down to that. I don't think Tampa Bay takes it uber seriously. And listen, I did say preseason, I really like this Washington front. You really should like this defensive line, and for some reason, they're not dominating games. I think they have a pretty good game against Tampa Bay. That's the reason why it covers. But with Taylor Heineke, this kid will throw away the game. Next game, we got the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Detroit's +9. You guys figured out why one of the first rules of this podcast was don't bet the Steelers in prime time. I went against my own rule and did it last night. I bet against them, and luckily we won. But there is a reason why there are rules in place. Luckily, this is a 1 o'clock game, but I'm going Pittsburgh to win in the cover with a borderline money pick. Listen, the Lions were beyond bad against the Eagles. And yes, they do get a bye week, and a bye week should help, especially when you're low on confidence. A bye week should help. But we're actually seeing in this league, teams are coming out worse after the bye week. You can't practice during the bye week, and teams actually look like they take 2 steps back out of a bye week instead of the step forward we used to see after bye weeks. I think Pittsburgh comes in here angry, focused, and they should simply play better defense. And one thing that's concerning about Detroit, they cannot stop the run. It's okay to have a slow, unathletic defense, which Detroit has, but they can't stop the run. That's why this is a borderline money pick. If you give Big Ben a run game, this dude can play even with the scraps they got at receiver. Next game, and make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share the videos. If you want to see every bet I make, go to Patreon, only $5 a month. We had a big week last week. Let's get this money. Next game, we got the Minnesota Vikings, my Minnesota Vikings at the Los Angeles Chargers. Vikings are plus 2.5, and I'm going against the Vikings again. Chargers winning the cover, and I think people are taking a little bit too much from the Vikings cover job against the Ravens. Every team goes into Baltimore and has a good first half. It just seems like that. And I did see the game, and Kirk Cousins completely folded like a lawn chair in the second half once Dalvin Cook was stopped. Here's the big question and why this isn't a money pick for the Chargers. Dalvin Cook's a top 5 running back in this league, and the Chargers have the 32nd ranked run defense in this league, and it showed against Philly. That's the only reason why Philly stayed in the game. Jalen made some good plays. This Chargers team is so potent on offense, but I worry about them on defense. I got the Chargers to win in the cover, but it's not the money pick I would like. Next game, we got the Carolina Panthers at the Arizona Cardinals. Carolina's plus 10, and I got, if Colt McCoy's starting again, I'm taking the Colts to cover. But if Kyler Murray's in here against Sam Darnold, we can talk about fundamentals. I can talk how I like Matt Rule. I can talk how I like the Carolina Panthers defense, but it won't make a damn bit of difference because Sam Darnold cannot play. He cannot play. And when you're facing the firepower of Zona, they are really like that desert. It's just 160 Fahrenheit, just heat getting slung around the field all game. I think Arizona wins and covers if Kyler starts. Next game, we got the Seattle Seahawks at the Green Bay Packers. Seattle plus 4 at the moment. Money, money, money. Money. Green Bay to win in the cover. I think Aaron Rodgers responds. I think Aaron Rodgers comes in here and whips work. I think Aaron Rodgers comes in here and makes a statement. I don't like doing my quarterback better than your quarterback, my team win game. I don't like doing that argument. But you got Russell America Wilson coming off an injury. We know he's dangerous. We know he's never an easy out when he's on the road. But just the shrapnel that's being thrown in Aaron Rodgers' face these last 10 days, I think is enough motivation. Now, this isn't a game you go back Tuesday or Wednesday, my friends. This isn't what we're going to do. This is one you have to take it down to the deadline. This is one where we don't know if Aaron Rodgers will be cleared to play because of these COVID rules for unvaccinated players. So we'll only know at Saturday. That's when we'll know. I don't think Aaron Rodgers needs to practice. I don't think Aaron the Game Rodgers needs any sort of refinement for this game. You saw how bad Jordan Love was, but last week we also saw that this Packers defense is like ready to scrap. This Packers defense is ready to fight, and they're actually getting – this is the best push the Packers defensive line has had since the Favre era. And they've spent a ton of money there, and they never get any results. I think that's the difference here. I don't think Seattle will be able to run it. Against Green Bay, you want to be able to run it and exploit their linebackers. I don't think Seattle's going to get that done. I got Green Bay to win in the cover, money pick. But like I said, we need to wait and see how this plays out. This is going to be a late bet this week. That's why you should be on Patreon. Next game, we got the Philadelphia Eagles at the Denver Broncos. Philly is plus 3. I got Philly to win in the cover. And maybe we've ridden this Philly train to its extent. It's been somewhat like a money tree for us. But I'm going to keep riding Philly. And I'm telling you, I've been telling you the whole year, I hear a lot of criticism about Jalen Hurts, and that's fine. People are going to throw stats at me. But when I'm watching these games, he makes 3 or 4 big plays a game, and you can't say that about a lot of quarterbacks, and you also can't say that about a lot of quarterbacks who have good stats. I mean, that's just the state of the quarterback play in this league. And then you got Teddy. Teddy was good last week, but I think that's an admiration. I think Philadelphia's defense is equal to Denver's. So it comes down to which offense makes more plays, and I'm going Philadelphia. Nick Sirianni is always a worry. I do worry about his game plans. I do worry about how he manages clock. Just look at how the Chargers completely just ran down that game on Philly, and Hurts didn't even get a chance to respond. Philly to win in the cover and the upset. Next game, we got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Las Vegas Raiders. Chiefs minus 2. Money, 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 money. Chiefs to win in the cover. Chiefs to win and to cover. Last week we had to work Chiefs money line. I think that was the smart play. And this week I don't want to do it. It's hard after watching Mahomes against that Packers defense. It is really hard to come on here and just go easy and start throwing the money at it. I understand. And the week's a process. The week is a process. But my initial gut reaction, Chiefs winning the cover. I told you this Ruggs thing was going to affect the Raiders. I told you it would. And I'm not making excuses for what they did against the Giants. But I don't think we can judge that game as much as we would like. Sometimes you just have to throw games out. But even with me throwing that game in the trash, I still like the Chiefs. Even with me worrying about some of the things I'm seeing on the Chiefs offense, I still like the Chiefs. I mean, this Chiefs defense, it's going to be different against the Raiders because the Raiders can really play bully ball. We know the Raiders can really run that rock. But if the Chiefs can focus on that, I think the Chiefs want to take away Carr. But if their front seven can stop the run game, this is an easy win for the Chiefs. It's going to be a battle. It's not going to be easy, but I think Mahomes gets going as well. Come on. Is he going to have games like last week every week? And also, Reed was being smart with the game plan. He didn't want to have any risk of turnover. Next game and last game of the weekend, Monday Night Football. We got the Los Angeles Rams at the San Francisco 49ers. Rams are -4. Knowing this league, this is when San Francisco comes in with a big win. Last week you think they're going to win. You get Colt McCoy. You get a little gift, and then they get their ass whooped. I don't think anything is going to happen like that. I got the Rams to win in the cover. And I was a little bit hesitant about the Rams going into Tennessee, and obviously that wasn't the performance you want to see from the Rams, but I think they can learn some things. Firstly, they got to get the ball out of Stafford's hands quicker. Too many 7-step drops. They need more quick passes. Rams need to run that ball against San Fran. San Fran's really hard to run it against, but we saw the Bears do it, and if the Bears can do it, I think the Rams will be able to. I think Stafford has a big game. This secondary with the 49ers really isn't good enough. And when you have D Ford and Bosa, that should really help your secondary. That should really help people like Josh Norman. But they're just allowing too much separation, and they're not playing smart football.